Namaskar everyone. Welcome to IIS deemed to be University Jaipur. I, CA Priya Jain, welcome you all. As we have already studied about composition scheme in part 1 and part 2, let us discuss the optional composition scheme which is being covered in part 3. Now, when we talk about the optional GST scheme, in exercise of the power conferred by subsection 1 of section 9 and subsection 1 of section 11, subsection 1 of section 16 of the Central Goods and Service Tax Act 2017, the central government, on the recommendation of council and on being satisfied that it is necessary in public interest to do so, hereby notifies that the central tax on the intrastate supplies of goods or services or both shall be levied at a rate of 6%. So, it is a great benefit for the small business houses. The tax department has given service providers with turnover of up to rupees 50 lakh time till 30th April to opt for the composition scheme and pay GST at a rate of 6%. You can see in the slide I have mentioned the notification number which is 2/2019. That is, this amendment was passed in the year 2019 and till 30th April 2019 the business houses were given an option to opt this scheme. Now, when this option was given, this option became a immense benefit for the small houses, as now they would be paying tax at a very minimal rate. All the conditions of composition scheme are exactly applicable on the optional scheme, that is, they cannot take the benefit of input tax credit, they cannot charge tax from their customers, and they have to file returns, very less and very minimal number of returns in the income tax department. Now, let us move ahead. Now, what is the major benefit of this scheme? The major benefit was, like, if I am a seller and I have to pay tax at a rate of 18%. Now, in place of 18% or 12% or 20%, I will be paying tax at the rate of 6%. Note that you cannot charge this tax amount from the customers. Now, a circular was passed by the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Custom, which said that the supplier who will be opting this scheme, they have to file form number GST CMP. Remember, CMP 02 by selecting the option any other supplier eligible for composition levy latest by 30th April 2019. For existing sellers who were already selling their goods, the form number was form number CMP 02, and for new registration the form number is GST REG 01. Now, what you need to understand by this, that as soon as a seller, his aggregate turnover crosses 20 lakh, then at that moment he has to make a decision that whether he want to move towards the composition scheme or whether he want to move towards the GST scenario, which is the normal tax rate, or he has to move towards the optional scheme, because optional scheme can be taken by a service provider up to his aggregate turnover is 50 lakh. So, at this moment you have to make a decision. Now, this scheme, this great advantage was launched by our Finance Minister Arun Jaitley. Now, the Finance Minister has changed. That was at that time when Arun Jaitley was the Finance Minister. In a meeting with various state ministers, they took a decision, and the decision was passed on 10th January, which permitted service providers who were dealing both in goods and services or dealing just in services to opt this scheme from 1st April. So, now let us move ahead. Let us understand the meaning of aggregate turnover. Now, when I have already explained you in the composition scheme that the tax rate is divided between the central government and the state government. That is, in case of composition scheme, IGST is not applicable. The similar scenario works in the optional scheme also. No IGST is covered under optional scheme. Here also the tax will be divided between the central government and the state government, and the rate will get divided, the rate which is 6%. So 3% will be charged by the central government and 3% tax rate will be charged by the state government. So while computing the aggregate turnover, in order to determine the eligibility of a registered person to pay central tax at the rate of 3% under this notification, value of supply of, this is a amendment being passed, that in your aggregate turnover, in your aggregate limit of 50 lakh, the following service which I am going to explain you right now, this service is not included. So what is this service? This is service by way of extending deposits, loans or advances. So if you are advancing a loan or extending deposits or advances, then it is not included in the aggregate turnover. It will be excluded and then the 50 lakh limit will be counted. Next, now what are the conditions which you have to get filled in order to become eligible to become a part of this scheme? The first and foremost condition is the same one, that is your aggregate turnover in the previous financial year should be less than rupees 50 lakh. Second, the supplier should not be eligible to pay tax under section 10 or any he specified in any exclusion list, because if you are already excluded, if you are not covered under the optional scheme or you do not fall in the optional scheme, then why to get yourself registered? Next, supplier should not be supplying non-taxable goods. Supplier should not be engaged in making interstate supplies. That is why IGST is not levied, because you are not allowed to do interstate supplies. But please remember, you can make purchases. This is about sales. You cannot sell to any other state, but you can purchase from other states. Next, you should not be supplying through e-commerce operator, because if you are taking the advantage of Flipkart, Amazon or any other website, Myntra, then there are very much probability that you will be selling to other states also. So this is not allowed. The supplier should not be a casual taxable person or non-resident taxable person, because if you are a foreigner or you are a casual taxable person, in case of casual and non-resident taxable person, reverse charge becomes applicable. So this is also not covered. Now, when more than one registered persons are having the same PAN number, aggregate shall be taken into account for calculating the aggregate turnover. Now, what that exactly means? That means that when we are talking about aggregate turnover, and if a person is using the same PAN number for 2 or more businesses, then in that cases the total of all the businesses will be taken into account. Next, supplier must issue a bill of supply instead of tax invoice. You cannot issue a taxable invoice because you are not eligible to charge tax from your customers. That is why what you are gonna to issue, you will be issuing a bill of supply, and on every bill you will be mentioning the notification number 2/2019. Why this is being told to you to mention the notification number? Because bill of supply is being issued by composition dealer, bill of supply is being issued by the optional composition dealer also. So a customer will get confused that whether he has purchased from a composition dealer or whether he has purchased from a person who has opted optional composition scheme. So just to give a benefit to the customer so that he do not get confused, we asked the optional person to mention the notification number. So you will be mentioning the notification number /2019, central tax dated 7th March 2019, not eligible to collect tax on supplies on the top of your bill of supply. Next, supplier cannot charge as well as he cannot collect tax from the customers. I have already explained you this point. Supplier cannot claim input tax credit. supplier must pay normal tax for reverse charge supplies. That is why we have already read out that you cannot be a reverse charge person, you cannot be a casual taxable person. So in case you are selling and in case the supplies have been made under reverse charge, then the benefit of this section will not be available to you. Next, supplier cannot supply ice creams or edible ice whether or not containing cocoa, pan masala and tobacco and manufactured tobacco substitutes. Next, now this is a very important table by which I am going to explain you the difference between a normal taxpayer. Normal taxpayer means a person who is registered under 18% tax rate, that is the person has opted the normal GST tax rate, and the second column is for the composition dealer who has opted the optional scheme of 6%. That is, he might be a service provider or service provider plus selling goods, but the total is less than 50 lakh rupees. Now, try to understand the difference so that you will get to know that why a dealer should opt for composition or optional composition scheme. So, if you have understood the optional, that means you have understood the composition tax calculation also, right? Let's study the first table. By first table, what I am going to explain you, let us talk about the sales figure. Now, suppose I have purchased raw material from Mr. X and then I have sold the same again to a third person. My selling price is 5,90,000 in both the scenarios. This selling price is inclusive of taxes, that is, it includes the output tax amount. So, what was my actual selling price? It was rupees 5 lakh, on which I have charged tax at the rate of 18%, which comes out to be 90,000. So, your output tax is 90,000. So, your final sales figure becomes 5,90,000. This 90,000 can be collected by me from my customer if I am covered under the normal GST tax scenario. Fine. Again I am repeating, I am selling a commodity, its sale price is 5 lakh. I charged the tax at the rate of 18%, which comes out to be 90,000. So, my total selling price comes out to be 5,90,000. Next, if I am a composition dealer, I cannot collect tax from my customers. So, if my sales figure is 5,90,000, I will directly calculate 6% on the figure, which comes out to be 35,400 and which has to be paid by me out of my pocket itself. So, my sales value is 5,90,000, including as well as excluding the taxes. Next, if I talk about my purchases, this was my sales figure. Fine. So, you can see when I am selling a commodity, then I am selling at 5,90,000 and 90,000 is the tax which I have collected from my customer. But in case of composition, I cannot collect 35,400 from my customers. Now, when we talk about purchases, I purchased at 2,36,000. So, how this figure came? It might be the person who is selling me the raw material or who is selling me the commodity. He must have charged GST from me, and that seller is not a composition dealer, right, in both the cases. So, he sold at 2 lakh, he charged 18% tax on 2 lakh. So, the total purchase price comes out to be 2,36,000 in both the cases. I have to pay the tax even if I am a composition dealer, because when I am purchasing, I have to pay the tax to the third party. I cannot take advantage of this tax credit. Do remember, I cannot take advantage of 36,000 in composition tax scenario, but in normal tax scenario, I can take the advantage of rupees 36,000. So, the last table comes out, my net GST liability. When I am talking about the normal tax scenario, I paid 90,000 which I have collected from my customer, but I have already paid 36,000 at the time of purchases. So, my net tax liability comes out to be 90,000 minus 36,000, which is 54,000. But when I am talking about composition, I have already paid 36,000. I cannot take advantage of this input tax. ITC is not available to me. So, my net tax liability comes out to be 35,400, which I have to pay, to the government. Now, the gross profit, how it will be calculated? Our sales value will deduct our purchase price and then the net GST liability. So, my purchase prices, my selling prices 5,90,000. Fine, it includes the output tax which I have collected from my customer. So, my sales value is 5,90,000. Let us deduct the purchase price. What is your purchase price? It's 2 lakh or 2,36,000. Fine. So, you will deduct your purchase price to be 2,36,000, because when you purchased, you have actually paid 2,36,000. So, my sales value is 5,90,000. Let us deduct the purchase price, which is 2,36,000, and let us deduct 54,000, which is my net GST liability. So, my profit comes out to be 3 lakh. This is my profit being a normal taxable person. When I am a composition dealer, my selling price is 5,90,000. Let us deduct 2,36,000, which is my purchase price, and let us deduct 35,400, which is my net GST liability. So, my profit comes out to be 3,18,600. So, by this comparison, you can easily see that being a optional composition taxpayer or being a composition dealer, I am gaining a profit of 18,600. By this, we come to the end of the composition scheme. Thank you.